Okay, good afternoon. Our goal for this afternoon is to discuss our third Anglo-Saxon poem called The Wife's Lament. Okay, very important to know. The perspective of this poem is going to be a bit different from the perspective of the other two poems. The other two poems were poems in some way talking about the sea and exile back on the sea. This poem talks about exile, but from a different perspective, okay? As we know, though, our title of the poem is The Wife's Lament. So the person that is talking here is a female voice, okay? Very important. Volunteer to begin reading. I make this song about me fully sadly in my own wayfaring. Okay, very important. All the perspective of this poem is going to be from one perspective, the female perspective. We're not going to have the monk in this intervention. It's going to be only that female, okay? So the whole poem is going to have only one part, female, that's it, okay? She's going to lament about the journey that she's going to take, and the journey of exile. And later on, we're going to understand why she's going in an exile. It's not an exile because her king died or something like that, like in the other poems. No, it will be differently, okay?
You want me to keep reading?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but remember, wayfaring is very important to know, the action of traveling by foot. So she had to go in exile walking, okay? It's not on a boat, she has to walk. Go.
I, a woman, tell what griefs I had since I grew up. New or old, never more than now. Ever I know the dark of my exile.
Right there we know that she went in exile, okay?
First my Lord went out away from his people, over the wave tunnel.
Okay, the wave tunnel is like when people are talking about an event, a certain event. And in this case, they're talking about when her husband just left, okay?
Can I continue?
Yeah.
I grieved each dawn, wondering where my Lord, my first on earth might be.
So right now she doesn't know where her Lord, in this case, her husband is. We don't know, okay?
Then I went forth from this exile, to seek service in my sorrow's need. My man's kinsmen began to plot, by darkened thought to divide us two. So we most widely in the world's kingdom lived wretchedly, and I suffered wrong.
Okay, wretchedly is unhappy, okay? She's unhappy, very unhappy. Who's plotting against her marriage? Who's plotting? The kinsman of who? Of the husband, okay? That's from her perspective, okay? That's the only info or intel that we get about that people or kinsmen are plotting against their marriage. That's the only time that we're going to listen to that, okay? Go on.
My Lord commanded me to move my dwelling here.
So she went in exile because what?
Her husband told her.
Her husband told her to what? To leave, okay?
I had few loved ones in this land or faithful friends.
So apparently, the places she went, there's no one there. She's alone. No friends, no loved ones, no relatives, nothing, okay?
For this my heart grieves, that I should find the man well washed to me, heart of fortune mournful of mind, hiding his mood thinking of murder.
It's like you find your husband, you find your perfect match, and you think that's the person that you're going to spend the whole life with it, and what happens? It's just what? It sends you away. That can be very what? Traumatizing for a woman. It can be very difficult to overcome because it's something that she never expected. It's just hit her without her noticing. Just took her out of just the sight, okay? Go on.
Life was our bearing, often we vowed, that but death alone would part us two, not else. But this is turned round now, as if it never were our friendship. I must far and near bear the anger of my beloved.
Okay, the friendship. What happened with the friendships is saying that they were together, and right now it's like, it's just simply like they were never together. It just, everything was good, and all of a sudden just everything went away. Everything is not the same. Okay, go on.
I must far. Wait, did I already read that? The man sent me out to live in the woods, under an oak tree in this den in the earth.
Not only he sent her to live away, he sent her to live in the woods.
Ancient this earth hall, I am all lonely. The valleys are dark, the hills high, the yard overgrown bare with briars, a joyless dwelling. Full of the lack of my Lord seizes me cruelly here. Friends there on earth, living beloved lying in bed, while I at dawn am walking alone under the oak tree through these earth halls.
It's like in the other poems, like her friends are doing great, they're with their husbands, they're back home, they're in the comfort of their dwelling, and she's what? Uncomfortable, unhappy. Yeah.
What is that dwelling?
A dwelling is a house, the structure of the structure where you live. Go on.
There I may sit the summer long day, there I can weep over my exile, my many hardships. Hence I may not rest from this care of heart which belongs to me ever, nor all this longing that has caught me in this life. May that young man be sad-minded always, hard his heart's thought, while he must wear of life bearing with care in the breast of crowded sorrows.
What is she saying there? May that young man be sad-minded always. She's starting to feel that rancor, that hatred inside of her. And she was the best, the worst, I'm saying, for her husband. So you have a suffering woman. She's very mad. And now she's starting to have that hate for her husband, for what he did to her. Okay?
May on himself depend all his world's joy.
May on himself depend all his world's joy. What do you think they're saying there? She's saying that all of the joy that he has depends on himself, not on the others. Okay? So he's going to live alone, and if he wants to have a happy life, he's going to have to create that environment himself. She wants him to live alone. Go on.
Be he outlawed far in a strange folk land, that my beloved sits under a rocky cliff, fringed with frost, a lord dreary in spirit, drenched with water in a ruined hall.
What else she wants?
Él sienta lo mismo que él siente.
Feel the same thing, just be taken to a far land. And then that need holds all ruin. That you have what? The same grief that she's having. She's saying, I want him to feel the same way that I'm feeling right now. Go on.
My Lord endures much care of mine. He remembers too often a happier dwelling. Woe be to them that for a loved one must wait in longing.
Okay, so she wants him to miss his home, to miss his dwelling the same way that she's missing it. Okay? Where in the poem it says the reason that he sent her away? Okay, in what part of the poem, or does it any part of the poem says why he sent her away?
That people were plotting against their marriage.
Okay, that's something from her perspective. But is there a reason why he sent her away?
No.
No. Give me a reason why you think he just sent her away.
Because
Maybe he
she was
had
ugly.
maybe he cared.
What?
She was ugly.
He had another lover.
But do you think if she was ugly that he would have married her?
He didn't care about her.
He didn't care about her?
Maybe he cared
He
more
was
about
like-
the opinions friends have given him.
He thought more about or valued more the opinions of the other kinsmen. Okay.
And he was like subversible and lover.
What?
What?
No, I don't think so. Okay, probably he took advantage of her. Probably he wanted to protect her from the kinsmen. Very good. That could be a reason. Probably he was going to go into battle, or he was going to go into exile, and it was better for him to just put her away so he could protect her.
I don't think so because la mandó on woods. Like,
Maybe he thought that was
maybe
the
there's a
safest place for
reason.
her to be.
Probably they were gonna come and attack and burn the whole village.
hay alguna Solo específica.
No, there's not. There's not an actual reason.
She used to say she was very
Cliffhanger.
happy in her marriage with him, right?
Exactly.
So I don't think he would just send her away like that if he didn't care about her. I think he was just trying to protect her. About
Probably.
something she didn't know about.
So we're assuming a bunch of things,
Pero es que
but we
como
don't
quiera,
have that
para
here.
un matrimonio puede ser feliz, pero para otra parte no tiene que ser feliz. ¿Entiendes?
We're gonna look at this in a very positive outlook, okay? We've already been impressed with the seafarer and the wanderer. Let's look at this in a happy sense.
Okay. Very important in the three poems. All of the speakers are what?
Female.
On Exile, what else? They're what?
Alone.
Alone. Very good. They are all alone. Does being alone is the same as being lonely?
No.
Why not?
You're lonely is like a feeling, alone is like alone.
Okay, you're not telling us.
Porque tú puedes estar con muchas personas a tu alrededor y aún así sentirte sola.
And that'll be
That's lonely.
lonely.
Alone is to be by yourself. And
When
lonely.
you're alone, you're by yourself. When you feel lonely, you could be surrounded by a lot of people and still feel that emptiness in your heart, okay? So basically that's it for our third Anglo-Saxon poem, the wife's lament. Thank you.